Hey, everybody, how is it going?
I was
Right.
gonna leave and come back.
No, you're fine. I think maybe I can fix you. How is it going, everybody?
Hey, we have another tribe episode.
All right, let me see what I can do on my end. Got this music going, which is beautiful, but gonna have to bring that down a little bit. Get that out of here. Uh, yep, Jeff is coming to us live from the vertical universe. Um, it's good to see you, buddy.
Thanks, Mark.
Uh, let's see here. Can I do anything about that? No, I can't. Maybe you can rotate yourself. I could flip you, but I can't rotate you.
Let's see.
So maybe you can flip and rotate yourself. We also got Rob here with us. Brian Carr. Oh, close enough. There we go. That'll
Hey,
work. That'll work. We'll take it. We will take it. And as today's episode is all about customs in the AWOK community, we have a very special guest, somebody I'm very happy to have on. And thank you to Rob for inviting him on. And that is Simone Barato. We're going to bring him in.
welcome, Simone.
How's it going,
Uh,
Simone?
hey, hey,
Can you
hey,
say your
thank you
last
for
name
having
for
me.
me? I don't
It's
want to butcher it.
Barretto.
Is it Barretto? Okay, I think I said
Yeah.
Barato. Sorry.
Thank you for having me. No
Sorry.
worries, no worries. You
Man,
got the
thank you
first
so
name
much
right,
for
so that's half the battle.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And knowing it's half the battle. We also have Andy with us today, but he bowed out. I don't know where he took off to. He had to go settle some matter somewhere in the jungle. So he had to go see a man about a tree, I think. So maybe he'll be back with us here in a little bit. But let's touch base with our chat today. We have Twizzler19 in the chat with us. Hey. We got El Spooky Zoro. That's Rob, if you don't know. We got Freaks, Figures hanging out, and we have some more people that'll be popping in. I was a little slow getting the show going, about 5 minutes late today, simply because I didn't have a lot of time to run out. I had some errands to run, plus grab lunch with my wife between the marathon that is New to Mythics Live, which is why we try not to have these on the same day. It just happened to be that I was, invited to come on that show today. They put on a long one. I'm not used to 3 hour live streams,
Oh wow.
but it was a good one. It was a good one. Um, but yeah, maybe Andy. Somebody reach out to Andy, make sure he's okay, and maybe
He had to
he will
restart his
join
phone.
us. Oh, okay. And he'll be back in just a little bit. But yeah, it's that time of the month where we get together. We talk all things AWOK. And the first thing that I want to mention this week is that some of you might have been paying attention to the socials. You might have seen that Jason and his family suffered a fire at his home. Uh, it wasn't on the home proper. It was on a detached garage. Everybody is fine. Nobody got injured. Nobody got hurt. I think but they did lose the garage, and they did lose some precious family heirlooms and some trinkets and things. You know how we all have that stuff in our garage that we can't bring ourselves to get rid of, and we maybe doesn't have a necessary place in our home in the day-to-day lives, but it's important to us and we don't want to get rid of it. And I believe that they lost that. So a lot of people were asking, what can we do to help? Where can we send money? Where can we send donations? And basically all of us have been saying the exact same thing in the AWOT community, is that if you really want to help, if you're in the space to help, if you're in the space to donate some of your money, then the best thing to do is just head over to sparrowtoys.com and buy yourself some AWOK. That will do a lot of things for a lot of people. One, it'll put some money in Jason's pocket to help with recovery. Two, it will help them move some of that early wave one and early wave two product out of the warehouses to make room for all of the new figures that will be coming in later this year. And it'll also put some figures back into your collection. Maybe you needed to buy an extra of a couple of the ancients. Maybe you needed some heads packs or armor packs or weapons packs. Or maybe you're like me and you neglected the big brutes, the big apes. I had been neglecting them this whole time and I didn't have them. So I picked up both of the apes. I think I grabbed another ancient or two and another armor and weapons pack that I needed. So, um, I did my part. I did what I could. So that's the best thing to do. If you wanna help out in any way, which of course Jason was not asking the community for any monetary donations or anything like that. Best thing to do, just head over to Sparrow Toys, place an order, and they will get those apes right out to you. Did anybody pick anything up recently, AWOK related? Whether it was to help out with that or just in general since the last time we met?
Can't say.
I oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Jeff. What do you
I
got?
can't say I have.
Okay.
Yeah, I picked up some of the ancients because always good for
Yes.
fodder and customization.
Yeah, good pricing. They're having a really good sale on right now.
Yeah.
Almost all of their figures and all of their heads, armor, and weapon packs are on sale. All of the big guys are on sale. I got some really good deals on the big breeds myself. Um, Anybody else pick anything up recently? I mean, it doesn't have to be because of that, but like in the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks.
No,
I,
but
I have every single
Oh.
figure and multiples of a bunch. So, but I was thinking of just buying a few and then giving them to some people that don't have any AWOC just to give them a shot.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah.
5K still has that bundle, and that price keeps going lower and lower. Like I keep checking it every so often, just waiting until it gets to the 100 mark, because before it was like up to 200 and went down to 170, and now it's like 130 or something. So it's like 130 for 5 figures, and it's pretty crazy. So I'm waiting for it to get just to that point where I'm just like, all right, anybody want to go in and let's do this, and maybe we can just do a giveaway for the tribe or something, because
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd
I
be
think they're
great.
dying to get that out of there, which is
Yeah.
Probably so. Andy, can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you and see you. Can you hear and see
Yeah,
me?
yes, sir. I love how you changed it to monkeying around because that's what you be doing.
I mean, I'm a big dumb ape when it comes to technology.
Hey, we're glad you're here, buddy. We're glad you're here. Wouldn't do it without you. All right. So yeah, we were just going over the Jason's garage fire and people, if you wanted to help out, just head over that way. It's Sparrow Toys. Pick up some figures. Have you picked up any AWOK in the last 3 weeks? Have you picked up anything,
No,
Andy?
last new
Yeah.
figure
Right
I
on.
got was Pale,
Yeah, okay. Very cool. Which one? The first one or
the
Gladiator?
first one.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
one of
Sweet,
those
sweet.
I'm like, I can't consider myself an AWOC collector if I don't have Pale in my collection.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Let's see
the
here.
heads and armor packs are pretty much sold out. So if you're interested in
all
getting
right.
them,
Oh,
they like heads all sold out. Armor, one of them, the horde gear is already sold out. So yeah, now's the time to pick up some of that stuff because it's going fast. I
absolutely.
think all the ancients are already gone.
Oh,
A
are
few of
they?
them, a few of them are, a few of them
Yeah.
are. It looks like some of them are.
When I went, I was definitely looking to grab another Onyx, but he was already sold out by the time I placed my order.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, actually, it
So
looks like
so
it's only just Onyx that's sold out. He's the gem of them.
oh yeah, for sure. I'm going to drop a link to the store in the chat. So if anybody is in a position and needing some more AWOK, head on over right there. Check out the prices. I think everything in the store is on sale. I do believe, and grab some of the comics too. By the way, get in on that story. See what they've got going on. Uh, because the story is great, and they're just ramping up the next big story arc with issue 6. So you definitely want to get in on that for sure. All right, so like I said, today is all about customs. Rob and is going to be walking us through some of the stuff. I've pulled some pics, Rob, so don't feel on the spot. You don't have to pull anything down. I've got some pictures of things you've shared with us in the past, and that's why we had Simone on, because I was like, Rob, you want to talk about customs? He's like, dude, you got to have this guy on right here because he is just, his stuff is fire. And then I realized when I started pulling images of some of your pictures of some of the customs you've done, I was like, oh, absolutely. I mean, I couldn't in my mind put your name to these customs, but then I saw the pictures. I was like, oh, I know every one of these. I've seen every one of these before. Yeah, they're all absolute fire.
Thank you.
Before we get to that, yeah, thanks for being on the show. Before we get to that, I do want to bring up the AWOK Collab 52 here. I do want to kind of go over that. If you're not a member of this group, then all you need to do is head over to Instagram. If you like taking pictures of AWOK and you have an Instagram account, you'll just want to head over there, and then you'll want to Rob, you guys, Jeff, Andy, you can help me with the Instagram account names, but I know you want to reach out to Brian George.
With this
So it's
endless fable.
And
Endless Fables and then Vaz Picks, right? Those are the two.
Yep.
Okay, you want to reach out to them and you just say, I want to be a part of the group. And then they will add you to their private chat group. And that's all you got to do. That's it. That is absolutely all. It's not really as complicated as some may think. Then they'll just add you to the chat group. And then all you do is each week you upload your picture via one of these prompts. And then they will feature you each week at the end of the week with a compilation, and so that's really cool. And then every so often they will do a giveaway. Brian George will do a giveaway. They just did one recently celebrating their 1 year, and I believe he said they may do one towards the end of the year around the holiday time. So September is the Animal Warriors of the Kingdom collab themes. The first one is going to be due on September 1st, so we're already past that, and those were published on September 3rd. That was called Photographer's Choice. And when they say Photographer's Choice, they don't mean anything you want. They mean anything you want as long as it's AWOK. I found that out. I posted a picture of Spider-Man, and they're like, hey, what are you doing? And I was like, well, it says Photographer's Choice. And they're like, yeah, that's not what that means. And I was like, my bad. Did not know. I'll show myself out. And then, so due September 8th, so that's tomorrow, and they will publish on September 10th, which I believe is Tuesday, Land of the Giants. This one is inspired by the TV show from back in the day. Get your figures into all kinds of trouble, and you can interpret Land of the Giants any way you want.
What show is that? I don't. I keep thinking Land of the Lost, but what's Land of the Giants?
Yeah, you know what? That's exactly what I think. I think of Land of the Land of the Lost for sure. I remember that theme song. Let me see. What is Land of the Giants? Let me look this up. Most often referred to either the 2023 ski film. Nope, that's not it. That can't
I just
be
put
it.
in Land of the Giants show, and it's a 1960 show.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Sci-fi.
Okay. I don't know anything. I am not familiar with that show. I need to familiarize myself with it. So maybe Google it and figure out what that means for you. Then on the September 15th, due on the 15th, publishing on the 17th, Photographer's Choice. Again, listen to me. Don't put Spider-Man.
You
Then
can
the
put
third-
Spider-Man, but you got to put an AWOK.
Like an AWOK
Yeah.
head on.
With an AWOK head
There
on
you
him, and
go.
then he's Spider Monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. The picture before me was just Wolverine. I didn't see any AWOK in there. And I was like, well, what about I didn't know Jason had the license to Wolverine. Anyway, September 22nd, due on the 22nd, is called Attack. Let your best striking pose. This means blades out. Hey, we were just talking about Wolverine. And then the last one for the month, due on September 29th, again, Photographer's Choice, as long as it includes AWOK. So definitely get your picks in to those guys. It's a fun group. They're a fun group of lads, and we appreciate them, and we love the support that they give the toy line. And yeah, so do that. Have any of you joined that group? Have any of you joined in and participated and done that?
I'm in there, but I mean, I suck at taking pictures.
I'm not in there, but I use our AWOK IG account to look what's going on in there. And
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I saw.
Yeah.
I think I saw the Spider-Man.
Are you in the
score? I forget.
I'm sorry. I'm asking Simone if he does anything.
No, I was agreeing with you that I am horrible at photos. So as I'm sure we'll see as we continue to go through my customs, photos is not my strong suit. So I just appreciate from afar.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, these guys are professional. I don't, I'm nowhere near that level. I just, I'll take an AWOK outside and like stick it in the grass and take a picture, and that's it. It usually has like something goofy in the background, like my enormous fence or like my pool pump or something stupid, that doesn't need to be in there. It's like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
your
doing
one
that
with,
same thing.
with the Velociraptor is great.
oh, that was fun. That was
fun.
fun. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I'm not up to those level of guys, but when it does come to picks, we love picks around here. We actually every time we get together, we like to kind of throw our we'll go onto Instagram and we'll do a little search for AWOK tags, and we'll see everybody brings a pick this week. Let's see, Brian sent one in. Brian, this is your choice for AWOK pick of the week. If you want to walk us through it. Hey, look at that guy.
Yeah, I
I
love
like that
that.
one.
I think that's a
Oh, wow.
Kronos head from
Yeah.
Mythic Legions, and it just looks like almost like a cosmic kind of bounty hunter type guy. Could go right in with Lexion and his crew, and just love the background. It's all blurred out, and him in the grass looks like he's stalking somebody. It's just a great pick.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely had to throw that in there as our first one. Simone took this picture. What were you? Were you just trying to show off your custom, or what
I
was
was
your
gonna
thought
say,
process?
what are you talking about? Not taking good pictures, man. Like,
that is literally right outside of my door. Like I have a little like shrub in front of
Great lighting.
my door, so I just like threw it down in there. I have a light for work that I use, like a small LED light that I threw on there, and I was like, okay, I guess this is my spot now. So that background's going to get used a lot. It's not so it just stumbled on it, like just thought of it the other day, and so I have a few photos there now. But yeah, it is a Krotos head, and the jacket and loin are from like a McFarlane figure, one of the Mortal Kombat guys, and the legs are from Overwatch figure.
Wow.
interesting.
Yeah, looks great.
Wow. Okay.
Is that
Yeah. Now that you say that, I'm now looking at the jacket and everything. Is that from Nightwolf?
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
is
I would
that
have
an
never
action
guessed those
force rifle?
legs.
That is actually Demona's rifle from Gargoyles.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I never really I remember it from the show, but the figure just doesn't fit right with those big cannons that they come with. So I've been looking for an excuse to put it on a more worthy figure.
Man, these are it. This is really nice. Where is the waist belt and the with the rounds? And it looks like they're hanging off the side on the other side as well. Where'd you get that? Where's that from?
That is from a Reaper figure from Overwatch.
Oh,
I
okay.
recently
Right.
found it on like Mercari, and I was looking for like I really like the Overwatch weapons, and those figures you can get them for dirt cheap. And so
Right.
I
Yeah.
was looking at them. My buddy Kian, he did a custom with the Valaverse legs, and so I was like, wait, these legs look perfect. The rounds actually are attached to the legs, and then that the belt with the rounds in them is from that same figure. So I just pulled it all off and used them.
It looks solid. I mean, geez, this is what makes you a solid customizer because see, I would never think to pull like Mortal Kombat pieces, Reaper, like Overwatch pieces. I would not. Like it's just
I
So,
appreciate
I
that.
do
don't my brain doesn't cross pollinate like that, you know? Like I'm always like, well, what other Sparrow parts can I use? Like
Yeah.
no, like pull stuff from other lines, other ways. Well, that's a solid pick. I'm sure we're going to be seeing that picture again later on, but I think we might have already talked about it enough here. But that's a solid pick. We now have Jeff's pick. You want to walk us through this one, buddy?
This is mine.
Good job. Thanks for showing up. I'm just kidding. No, Jeff, this is your choice for AWOK pick of the week by Diggs Figs.
No, I picked a custom mongrel Captain America. I don't know, but
This is not yours?
no.
No, who sent me this? Anybody laying claim to this?
No.
Man.
looks pretty cool.
Sorry.
Though.
Yeah,
It
it's
is cool.
Sorry.
I think
All
I
right.
think we talked about it before.
We
Man.
have seen this before. And what is that head sculpt? Is that a head sculpt or somebody sculpt that hair like this? This looks
Yeah, and the other eye has like a cybernetic eye.
yeah.
Dang, Jeff, dude, I am so sorry. You know what? Listen, my Instagram, I don't know if anybody else's Instagram does this, but if somebody sends me a link either through Messenger or Facebook or or through text, if I click on it, it never opens the link the first time. it'll always like take me to my Instagram and it just shows me some random picture, right? Like in my feed. But then if I go back to the message and click it a second time, it'll actually open. I think I might have done that and then just screenshotted the very first shot. And I just assumed, and it happened to be AWOK. So I just assumed this was your choice. I'm sorry, buddy.
It's all right. It's all good. It's
Oh
still a great one.
man.
That
Yeah,
jacket
I like
All
the
is
right.
use
so
of
great.
soft
familiar.
goods, and I think that's a
All right.
cosmic
I'm gonna see
rifle.
if I can. I am going to see if I can find this real quick because I don't want to leave Jeff hanging here. I want to make sure that I grab the right one. You guys talk about this pick amongst yourselves.
Yeah, I'm just loving the head sculpt. It's I don't know if that's custom or if somebody like added those parts on, but it looks amazing.
Yeah, I gotta ask Diggs about that one. That's pretty crazy. I think that's somebody 3D printed that, and I know that jacket is from that Mr. Boomerang, that McFarlane, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Captain Boomerang. Yeah, that's it.
I'm not sure about the pants though, but that's a cool custom.
I think that's
Yeah.
a cosmic rifle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
Cosmic rifle.
Give me just a minute, guys, because actually Jeff was like, "Hey, I'm gonna make this super complicated for you." He sent a video, so I
The
had to
guy
like
doesn't do
screenshot.
pictures. I was like, shit.
Oh no! But hey, but we were talking about customs this week, so you understood the assignment. Sorry, this is not the best picture, but I am going to load it in.
Well, this is a custom because that head is not
Yeah,
AWOK.
exactly.
Yeah,
That's not a
That's a
legit.
factor.
All right, let me do this real quick. Let me get this.
Thank you, Mark.
I am so sorry, buddy, and I'm sorry you guys have to endure me doing some behind the scenes stuff. But here he is. Can you guys see this?
Yes.
Hey,
It is.
That's awesome.
There's the custom. There's Jeff's pick of the week. Yeah, this is solid. I had to like try to like find the video to like stop in a good enough spot so we could see the custom. It's pretty solid. I'm down for that.
So this guy is called clearance_customs.
Okay.
And so what he does is I guess he searches for cheap figures out on the internet or locally, and then the voiceover for one of the videos. I couldn't afford the actual Marvel Legends one, so I made my own, and so he took that one Captain America, mixed it with the mongrel. This isn't the finished one, but they put like the mongrel feet where the boots end. So he customized out the boots and then the arms, and then he made a hood, like a Captain America hood for the mongrel head. So
Yeah, I'm looking
That
at it
is
right
not
now,
bad.
dude. He really wow, that's crazy, man. He did a great. Wow.
yeah, it's customized out.
Yeah.
Nice. I
Wow.
want to touch on Civil Beast 16. He says, "What do I do if my address changes before I receive my order? I ordered a bundle from Kickstarter. I messaged Kickstarter over and over about it, but they didn't reply. Rob had the best response. Civil Beast, just reach out to Sparrow Toys if you want. Here is Jason Bienvenue's Facebook page. It's public, so I don't feel like I'm sharing anything I shouldn't share. He is the head of AWOK. He is the head of Sparrow. He is the one who created this entire line. It's his brainchild, and you could reach out to him through there or the official AWOK Sparrow Toys Instagram. Just message him directly through there. Just message Sparrow Toys, and he'll get you taken care of. Yeah, I don't think Kickstarter is going to do anything about it, but it should be like if you're talking about all the figures that are coming. Then yeah, it's definitely reach out to Jason. I also had somebody else ask me this week about ordering. Somebody had pre-ordered Boone, I believe, the Fox figure from Amazon and had it canceled. And I don't know what is going on with that, other than I believe that because Sparrow is adjusting their upcoming waves. I think there was going to be a mixture of like some brawlers and the speedsters, being Boone being one of the speedsters, and the lizards and the female figures were all going to be in different waves. But I believe some of those waves have had to be reconfigured because of production. So I believe even Sparrow had pulled off from their website some of the later waves because they're restructuring how those waves are going to come out. And so they probably reached out to Amazon directly and said just cancel it, because they're also off of Big Bad Toy Store as well. So I don't think you can pre-order those later waves until they figure out which assortment it's going to be. So hopefully that helps. I hope you get your address changed before, because you don't want to miss your figures. Here's a picture that I found. Of course, everybody knows that Lexion's one of my two favorite figures. I love the feeling of this figure. We're getting into fall. It feels very fallish, like we're like trees don't have a lot of leaves on them. And I love the browns and the oranges. I love Lexion. I love this whole setup. I just love it. Looks like he's stalking in the woods alone, hunting a bounty. I'm loving this guy. He just continues to be one of my favorites. So this
Yeah,
is
I
from
almost sent
Thundercats
this to
underscore
Rob.
classic. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, I also saw that Dork Layer just picked up Lexion from the sale to support Jason, and he was saying that is his favorite too.
Yeah, Lexion was my favorite until I got Vero Atlas. And then I was like, ooh, he's the only wizard that we know about so far. And I was like, to me, that just makes him super special. But this figure, man, the colors, the gray, the black spots, the orange, the brown, I just absolutely love it. He is hands down one of my faves for sure. So that's my choice. And then I think that's it. Did anybody else? Nobody else sent me anything. Am I missing anybody?
I
Andy
did.
sent me one.
We don't have to look at it. It's fine. We can just move on.
Wait a minute, Rob. I think I got. Oh, wait a minute. Here's Rob's. I got Rob's. Sorry, guys. I am not on top of it today.
It's all right, dude.
What is happening? Here we go. All right. Here's Rob's pick. Rob, why don't you talk about that? Let me track down Andy's
I
choice
almost
as
took
well.
that one.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not sure if I follow this guy. Maybe I do, but just that him sitting in that throne, I mean,
Yeah,
the
that's
opinion
awesome.
of who he is, like he is, the lighting, everything about this looks awesome.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that
And
lighting is awesome.
I gotta find out where he got that throne, because now I want it.
I was gonna say, where's that throne from? That's
I have no idea.
That throne comes with the McFarlane Black Adam movie figure.
Oh yeah.
And it is already gold. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I'm not a big McFarlane fan, but man, every time I see something and somebody says it's a McFarlane, I'm like, maybe I should just start getting that stuff for the.
Rob, you gotta find those clearance McFarlanes. Like they have some.
Oh
really
my
good,
goodness.
good parts.
I have a whole Amazon
only
list
have
of
2 McFarlane, and it's a Batman and a Batwoman, and they're like up top there. And that's all I don't have anything else besides those.
I have an entire
I
Amazon cart, Amazon like wish list of McFarlane stuff, and I just check like price drop, price drop, price drop until they're like $10 or below on Big Bad Toy Store, and that's like spot or
That's a
gold more
good
often than
idea,
not.
dude. That is a good.
That is not the right picture. What is going on? I would say definitely check out, if you could probably find that Black Adam. I know that's the deluxe one, but I mean nobody's buying this Black Adam figures anymore. So
I mean, my favorite McFarlane figure that I bought unmodified is easily like
oh yeah, for sure.
Captain Carrot was like the best thing that they've released without needing anything.
And here's Andy's pick, and we all know why.
I'm a 40K guy. I love Warhammer, and the 2 armies I play the most are Blood Angels and Orcs. And I saw that, and I'm like, that's the one.
That is so funny, Annie, that you picked that, because my custom for the week that I was going to work on was going to be a 40K AWOK, but it just never got to it. And I had already taken the parts apart to prime it and paint it and everything, but Just never had the time. This
Dude,
is
I bet you those McFarlane. I mean, I know that that's what this is. Like the McFarlane Warhammer stuff is in perfect scale with AWOK. That would totally work. I don't know if you could pull it off with Joy Toy. They're a little
Wood
smaller.
toys are too small. They're 3 3/4 scale.
Yeah, for sure. I just saw that, Rob, you had to clarify. Yeah, we have nothing to do with the company whatsoever. We are not, this is
yeah.
not the official podcast of the company. We're not spokesmen for Sparrow Toys. We're just a bunch of guys that, we all came together because we're all in a Mythic Legions chat group together. And it always ended up being the same 4 or 5 of us that always ended up talking about AWOK. And so I think maybe Jeff created a new little group,
Rob,
or no,
Rob,
that was
Rob,
Rob.
Rob.
Rob created a new little group called the Tribe, and we just said, hey, we'll keep all of our AWOK talk here, so we don't bore everybody who's not into AWOK, and then that kind of stuck, and then I kind of like really getting into AWOK, and I was like, what if we just did a show, every couple of weeks? And I was like, I love the name The Tribe. Let's do it. So we kind of, that's where this sort of came from. The guys from Jason and Derek have been on before, and they're super appreciative of what we do. They're big fans of the show. They supported us with free giveaways and stuff before. They're wonderful, beautiful human beings. But yes, we are not officially employed in any capacity
No,
by Sparrow Toys.
Civil Beast. Definitely reach out to them because they're pretty.
Yeah,
They respond
great.
pretty quick, so they should
Yep.
take care of you, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Lexion is fantastic. And then Twizzler says, McFarlane used to be my main line until Four Horsemen, AWOK, Savage Crucible. I should start using it for custom parts. Great idea. Absolutely. Yeah, it's so funny to see now, and no, not even funny, but just so rewarding, and it makes me happy to see that so many third party companies are quickly becoming people's favorite lines over
Mhm.
mass market retail figures like Hasbro or McFarlane or Mattel. Like, it always just makes me super super happy. um, but let's get into some of our customs that we're here to talk about. Simone, I mean, hands down, has got to be one of the best AWOC customizers out there.
Mhm.
Rob is also, like, I reached out to Rob first. I was like, I know you're a part of the show every time we do an episode, but do you mind if we gush over your work a little bit? And he was like, yeah, of course, absolutely. So Rob also does some custom work. So we're going to bounce between the two. But thankfully, Simone was able to come on today and work us into a schedule. So we're going to start off. I think we talked about this already, but I do want to talk about this figure again. See if I can blow it up a little bit better. We talked about this. This was the first picture that I pulled from your work. I think this was the only one of your customs that I hadn't seen before, and I just absolutely loved it. Mainly because, like, the lighting and then your parts use, and I didn't know where some of these pieces come from. I didn't know if, like, when it comes to customizers, I never know if, like, you guys are like printing your own parts, creating your own parts, molding, sculpting, drawing, painting. I never know, and so I'm always curious, like, where'd that come from and where's that piece from? And I wouldn't have guessed half of this stuff, but I do recognize the Krotos head. It's one of my favorites. I love that. It's the only time we've ever seen that head sculpt from the Four Horsemen. I wonder if it'll ever come back around in another colorway in the
Yeah,
future,
for
but it's
sure. I mean,
beautiful.
that was easily my, like, when it came out, that was the first, like, custom. Anytime I did a new build, it was like, how does it look with a Krotos head? And that was for
Yeah.
months. So this time I was like, well, now I found a home that it's just going to stay with forever. So I'm glad to have it.
Yeah, I have a Krotos pop and swap that I keep on my shelf, and I mixed it with some Zindi parts. And he's tall, but he still has the hooves.
Yeah.
And yeah, so yeah, I love this guy. And this is like a loincloth piece that I just used around the back for a little short cloak. But I love the colors of this guy. I love the way it come out. Krotos head, I think he makes any pop and swap instantly awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Putting one of those guys together. Um, but let's pop over to Rob. Let's see one of Rob's picks.
Well, hold
One of
on, dude.
his. Yeah.
So like you're doing a lot of painting as well as opposed to just popping and swapping, right? Like I see you're painting the armor,
Yeah.
like plastic parts, like the more soft plastic. Does the paint take well to that?
It depends on the type of plastic, is what I found. This one, I try to go to the path of least resistance, and the pants were already that color, so I just tried to
Mhm.
find a color that worked with that, and then I just painted the rest. And I found that the coat and the loin, those colors blend well, so I didn't have to paint
Mm,
those. And
Mhm.
so I don't really try because some of them, like I've been working on this guy lately, and he like the plastic on his hands and his and this armor piece here, it gets really sticky. So it depends on
Right.
the type of paint and the type of plastic is what I found.
Interesting. Yeah, that's cool. Like, whose arms did you use for that? Is that
Um, that one I actually had. That's I think that's all. The top portion is all Atreyu, and so I have the head on
mm,
all right?
this
yeah.
guy here on a Magnus build, and he and so I had the rest of the body that I was waiting to use, and
Yeah.
so I
Wow.
just took the rest
Oh,
of it.
that's fantastic. That
Wow.
is fantastic.
Damn,
So
dude.
yeah, the shield comes off very easily, but yeah, so I had that on there for a while, and so I just had the rest of the body, and I couldn't let it go to waste. And then I had this idea, and I was like, hey, I have some armor, and the arms look kind of similar to Kratos's fur, so it made it
Oh,
very easy.
yeah. I haven't gone down the painting route yet. I did once, but I mostly just pop in and swap it and whatever I can find. But painting, and I haven't.
Yeah. I
I
am so lazy when it comes to my AWOK customs because I'm just like sometimes I may only have like one version of a figure and
Me
I'm like,
too.
well, I don't want to paint it because it's
Exactly.
the only one I have. But so
Exactly.
I'll just do pop and swaps and then add like soft goods. Like this is one
Yeah.
of mine
love that.
that I really love the way this came out. It just I did it for 4th of July and I was trying to be all kitschy and be like, oh, red, white, and blue. But like I just love the way that it came out. I won't even like take it off, just like unbuild it. I'm just like I like it too much. And then
Yeah.
like this guy, I just kind of the colors just sort of kind of
Love
worked
that.
together. Putting the mongrel and then some of the gladiator Atreyu parts and a little custom scarf piece there. But yeah, I pop and swaps, man. Lazy boy customs. That's what I'm into.
Yeah, I'm inspired by a lot of the people that a lot of friends that I've made in the cabal. And I'm nowhere near that. I'm just dabbling. And plus for these, the double joints make it difficult to like commit to a paint job fully. So
Sure. Right.
painting
Mhm.
the bits and bobs is easier.
Yeah. Yep.
I've only painted one AWOK head, and I have to say that I didn't prime it. Like I just started painting on the actual like final production plastic, and it took pretty well. Like I've only done it once, but I liked it. I think it came out all right. I've never tried to paint body parts or armor or anything like that, so I
Yeah.
wouldn't know. Rob, you incorporate a lot of soft goods into your customs, which
Yeah.
I appreciate. This is one that you did, um,
Love that.
uh, and I just absolutely love this custom that you've put together here. Talk about it. Like, where did you get some of these parts from? I recognize the claw shield from Thundercats, obviously from Lion-O, but
That's the only reason I did because I had popped that handoff to use on something else, and I have that red lino just sitting in a bag because I'm not too big on it. But I wanted to see if that how it would look. A little bit of blue tack, and it pops right on like easily.
nice.
It moves pretty well, and the soft goods, the pants are odious.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
all right.
That blue like rag thing, I can't remember what his name is, but he was doing these like rag things in the cabal. Like he was selling like 5 for $15 for, or not the cabal, Savage Crucible, for the lizards.
Mm.
Okay.
And that skull came, that necklace, I think that's from Dark Wolf, the Rosetta Dark Wolf.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, that fits in there really nicely. I like it.
Yeah. And then he has like just this little, like around his waist is just like a cut up shirt that's like a blue satchel thing that pirates wear. And that's what he turned out to be. It's just like Lionel. And then his it yeah. Oh, and I put a belt that I made for him on there.
You made
Oh,
that
that's
belt?
awesome.
Yeah.
Dude,
I've
that's
been
killer.
like
That's
making
awesome.
these belts in like little bags for them.
Oh,
What?
that's cool.
Go around like this. But this one I'm working on for like Greg Schmerber.
Oh,
But yeah, these belts you can buy at Hobby Lobby or Michael's, and they're called deerskin lace. They're just like little thin lace that you can cut up, and you can buy these buckles off of Amazon.
Oh wow. Okay, so
Ah,
you really are piecing them together. That's crazy.
Yeah, they're easy to make, man. And then if you get this glue right here, it's fabric glue.
fabric.
So instead of like crazy glue where like once it dries up it's pretty hard, like this once it dries up, it's pretty easy to bend and move around, so it's not going to be all stiff or anything.
Oh, I
It
bet.
feels
Have
I
you
pretty.
just
tried using
screenshotted
that?
that.
Yeah, right. Have you tried using that to put wire on a cape
Yeah,
before?
that's what I did with the Silver Knight that I did the tabard with.
Okay.
Yeah, I put like so you use the wire that comes with the Mythic Legions, the twisty ties,
Mm,
cut it up to size, put it in there, fold over the flap, and then you put the glue on there, and you're good. Yeah,
Absolutely
blowing my
brilliant, dude.
mind.
That's
and wire.
yeah, right. Like that's really dope using the ties. Um, Jumping back in here real quick. Let's see who is in the chat. We got Smurber. We just mentioned him. He showed up. Monarch Prime says that looks freaking amazing. We've got
Yeah.
Amakar. Hey guys, how's it going? Let's see here. Rob is the Christian Dior of the AWOK community. That's right. I love it. Absolutely love it. Um, all right, let's get back to Simone. The second one I pulled from him. Amazing.
Yeah.
Walk us through this,
Oh,
man. Like,
yeah.
where did this idea come from? Because I'm recognizing all kinds of crazy parts here.
Yeah. So, well, first of all, I just want to go back to Rob's that I've been like pricing out Lionel figures specifically because I've seen this custom and I've been trying to place that tunic that you have on there because I'm like, that looks amazing, the roughed up look that you have. And I haven't pulled the trigger on any of the ones that I've been looking at for the Lionel figure for that claw. I have one
Yeah.
that Anthony Velez made for Mythic Legions that I'm using right now, but that looked amazing. Um,
Thanks. Yeah.
and this one, I bought when I bought Blight, I bought Blight and Onyx and this head pack specifically to switch them all around. Um, and so I ended up putting a uh Mythic Legion's Black Panther head on the Blight figure. I don't know where he is over there. And so he looks like I think of him as like my Black Panther from Marvel because he's got all the purple armor. And then I put the hands and feet on the Onyx figure so that I can put this head on there. And I had initially thought of it as like like a not a barbarian, like a savage, like primal ape that
Hmm.
just like completely, spoiler alert, forgot all of his humanity. And just completely went off the deep end. And then I have to track down who exactly did it because along the lines of that story, I thought of him wearing some sort of like pelt, and I couldn't find any soft goods. And then somebody else posted that the lion vest from Craven fit on AWOK, and literally that same day, I was like, "That's a wrap. I had to do it." And then and then just kind of the paint scheme kind of fell from there. I wanted to make it different because he had already used the regular paint style one. And being an animator, I just love like the history of animation. So this is like he killed Kimba, which is the original Lion King story. And then I had again McFarlane. I had one of the Frozen Wasteland or whatever McFarlane Page Puncher's Batman. Um, and I just like completely processed that whole figure. And so the loin is the Batman figure, the wrists are just taken off, and then I glued the straps from one of the other AWOK wrist armors onto it so that it fits on the wrists, and the feet. I might have had to Dremel the feet a little bit, or the leg armor so that the feet can fit in there. But the legs have the leg armor on there as well.
Can
Yeah,
you
I
put
have our
the,
pictures in the way,
there we
but
go.
yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Wow, dude, like
Where did
every
the swords come from?
yeah.
So Garrett Norman on the Cabal, he sells like random fodder lots, and
Yeah.
I had been waiting for the longest time. I think I have a bag of them right here. I was just looking through it. But he sold an crazy fodder lot a little while ago. That was like, hold on, it was
I think I remember
both
this
of these
film.
weapons from the World of Warcraft. So it was two of those, three of these from the Hero Toys orcs. Yeah, so there's three of these, and then the other two were from the same fodder lot, and it's again from the Hero Toys and the Matey Toys or whatever you call them. So I mean, those are technically daggers for the orcs because they are just so big. And I've been again looking for an excuse to use them. I mean, that's kind of what play looks like. I was finishing up a custom for this week for today actually. And I was telling my wife, she came in, this is my shed actually, so the idea of Jason's burning up like hit me really hard because this would be a nightmare if that happened to me. But just digging through fodder and I found them and I was like, yes, this is perfect. The wraps and the size just work perfectly.
And this is incredible. The color
Yeah.
palette is amazing. And I love that head. Anytime anybody puts that head on anything, I'm just instantly I'm enamored.
Yeah, that's
Before
one
we
of my
move on,
favorites, I think.
does anybody else have any other questions about this figure before I move on? I don't want to cut anybody off.
So did you say like a lot of this was from McFarlane again? Like a lot of the like
The waist piece is 100% McFarlane. And I just removed the bat symbol, which it has a bat symbol on the front. So I removed that. And then obviously painted the fur areas. I don't have it with me. The gauntlets are McFarlane as well. This line is like he's like a caveman, so everything is like frozen tundra, ice age type. So the fur was already a part of it. So uh, McFarlane is similar in construction. Some of them, obviously, they change wildly depending on which figures they're making. But this one, actually, the leg armor is like a sleeve onto the McFarlane. So I pulled that out and dremeled it a little bit so that the AWOK legs can fit in it. And then I just pieced it back together. So I just painted the
oh
fur
man,
white to match the lion, and then that's it.
I put a link, Rob, in the chat to that figure.
saw that.
I had it. I have it, and I did the same thing. I ripped all the parts off, and I have them in a box. I
Yeah,
thought I
man.
was going to do like a rustic, like old school barbarian style Batman in using Mythic Legion parts and most of these parts. I just have never done anything with them, but I do have it, and that's a solid figure. They also did a Robin, I think a Batgirl.
Hmm.
And Mr.
And a
Freeze.
Mr. Freeze from that
Mhm.
line and then they wrote that story. I think it was like one of the times where like the page puncher, like the story was written for the figures. I don't think it was like pulled from like an existing storyline. Which is
Yeah, I
really
think
cool.
so. And there's a guy called GI Joe Customs or something like that on Instagram, and he uses that Robin like all the time, and it's an incredible figure. I'm working on a custom with that body as well.
He uses it for
Ooh.
like Cobra Commander, right, or something. It's the
He
one with the
uses
jack.
it a lot for like native, for that Robin specifically. He uses a lot for native figures,
I
and
think I know who you're
um,
talking about.
yeah,
Yeah, he does.
he's in the Cabal. He actually inspired my big chunky wolf because he did the ape
Yeah, that
on
guy's
that.
badass.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
All right, bouncing back to another of Rob's here. We have this guy that I love.
That's awesome.
I love this because of the wraps that you did on like the arms and the legs. I just absolutely love this. And that I believe that is that cloak from Cosmic Legions.
Yeah, it is.
The
I don't.
Greyborn, right?
I bought it for, I can't remember who I
Yeah.
bought it for, but when I got it, I was like, "Oh, this hood is really too big," and I ended up not using it for what I originally intended it for. So it just kind of sat in my like soft good bin. But I tried it out with him. Those pants are from C. Jessam. Those were the ones that they made for King Conan.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I couldn't put them on, so I just because like I think Dorklair said like you had to heat up the legs or something and pop them off, and I was looking at it, I was like, man, this is too hard. I'm not gonna do this. This is like if it was a Mythic Legion, I wouldn't mind, but like it was like I don't want to break this, so I just never did. And then I ended up using it for him, and it just worked out. And the wraps were just like a rip up shirt. Trying to see if I can get it up.
Oh, I like that chain. That's dope.
Well, the chain is just part of his backpack.
Yeah, I love that. That's look at that. What's he carrying around in there? Twizzlers?
I want to see.
Skittles? What's he carrying?
He's carrying some weed gummies.
Some gummies.
He has a book. He has some weed.
Look at that. This guy.
Lastly,
He's prepared for anything, this guy.
yeah, magic mushrooms and a little map.
Nice.
Yeah, and this is like it has a magnet on it. So
Quite
just
the
close it.
adventure.
That's
Is that
awesome.
one
You
of
made
your
that?
bags that you make?
What's that?
Is that
Yeah, I made one.
Yeah.
I have like all this scrap that you can buy at Michael's
Damn.
for $8, and
wow.
you can do a lot of crazy stuff, and that glue works well with this leather. Like it's crazy how well it adheres to. Like it won't come off. It's like crazy glue fabric. It's cool. But
That's
this,
incredible.
yeah, and the wraps, t-shirt, and the like actual wraps around the t-shirt is some hemp wax that you can also get at Michael's, and it like his fingers like being spread apart, so you can actually wrap his actual like how
Yeah.
boxers do with their gloves.
Mhm.
So I just watched a video on how to do that, and that's how I got it. Pretty much.
Dude, that's incredible.
Yeah, I was literally just thinking about how to get wraps like that. Like I would love for there to be armor packs that you can have like just those wraps, but those look amazing. So that's just a t-shirt that you just cut up into strips and wrap it around it.
Yeah, like it was a red button-up t-shirt that I hadn't worn, probably because it doesn't fit anymore because I'm fat now. But I cut into like long, tiny strips that would just fit around. That wasn't going to be too bulky. So, and it came out pretty good.
Yeah,
I
it
love
looks
that
great.
the cloak, which is like a mass-produced cloak, and the armor, which is a mass-produced like loincloth piece, fits so well together from two different toy companies, two different toy lines. The colors are like pretty doggone close.
Yeah, and that's
100%.
an ancient that I just dry brushed like white paint or gray white paint over, and it came out pretty well. Like
Nice.
And that's
for the
onyx.
okay, yeah.
yeah, onyx, yeah, and then I just put on like the 8 feet and the
Yeah,
hands.
that's awesome.
Nice.
That's good, man.
All right, Simone. We're gonna bounce back to one of yours here.
That's not mine. That's the one that I reached out to because I
Oh,
didn't realize that was
this is
his.
your choice. Was this your choice of pick of what
No,
was this?
that one I just when I forgot whose this is. I gotta look it up because
That's Endless
he
Fable. That's Brian George.
Yeah, it's Brian George.
Endless Fables. Oh, okay. All right.
yeah. So I
Was
reached
this your
out to him.
inspiration for the one that
Yes.
you did? I
Yes.
got you. Okay, that's why I pulled this.
Oh,
Okay.
so you painted that vest? I thought
Yeah.
that vest. Oh, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, that vest came on like the comic book version retro card
Craven.
Craven the Hunter from Marvel Legends.
Mhm.
And yeah, and then you painted it like this color, like this brown and gray,
Oh,
white.
Yeah,
that's so
yeah.
good.
I mean, for mine, I always saw it as like there was this mythical lion that was on the planet that they crash landed onto, and he just when he went rogue, he ended up like going savage and killing that lion before he and the feline clan came together. So he's kind of wearing that just because he earned it. But
Oh,
yeah,
I
it
love
also
that
was
story.
because I didn't want it to look like Brian George's, and I needed it to be white for the head because
Yeah,
I wasn't going to change the head.
sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's fine.
Pretty
Okay.
cool.
Is this one of yours?
Nope.
Okay, so what I did is I went to the AWOK Facebook page and I did a search for your name because I didn't see too many of your customs on Instagram.
I don't
Unless I
post
was,
as
I
much
think I
on
was looking.
Instagram, unfortunately.
Okay, so I went to the AWOK page and I searched for your name and I've searched for every post that had your name somewhere in it. Okay, well then, is this one of yours?
That one is mine.
All right. All
That
right,
one is
I believe this is one of the very first customs of yours that I ever saw, and I believe that either me or somebody in this group shared this on like our very first episode
you
of the
did.
tribe.
I remember you picked this out and
Love
we were
this,
talking
dude. I
about
have loved this since I've seen it. You walk us through this masterpiece, like top to bottom. There's all kinds of really good stuff going on here.
Yeah, I mean, this actually goes back to when I got my first AWOK figure, and that was Pale. I still love Pale. I just swapped him out a little bit and switched him around for with the new Gladiator Pale, but I love the colors that he comes with. I love that he's the only pale ape. And then I just started to think about like what would that look like if he was like a banished prince. And so this guy is kind of like one of his guardians that had to go and like roam the savage lands to find him. But a lot of these pieces came from Man at Arms from
Mhm.
Masterverse.
Mm.
And so when I first got Pale, I had bought this. It's crazy. I bought it for full price, and then literally the week after, it was like 50% off at Target. So I got another
Mm.
one, and so he has like an extra belt that fits perfectly over the AWOK belts that has like a satchel and everything on the side. The wrist armor and the shoulder arm, the wrist blaster and the shoulder armor are are from the same figure, and then I just like kind of kitted out and then I wanted the armor um to match Pale's look, but I wanted him to have more of like an armored look. So most of this I pulled from um this is a Tiberius that I just painted top to bottom. And then the head is from Anthony Velez at Noble Bear. He was selling this head like when the Horseman released the Monkey King, he had just released this like literally the week before. And he had fit it to AWOK bodies. And then unfortunately, this head got lost in the Great Blip of a few years ago where his hard drive crashed. So he lost a lot of sculpts. So I had one of these that he had left over, and it just fit together. So yeah, I love this character.
I do. The silver and the red's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Sorry, I took a call. Did you talk about his gun on his arm? Where that came from?
Yeah, that's from Man at Arms from Masterverse.
Hmm.
I think he's still this one. So he
Yeah, I'm gonna
has
looking at Motu stuff, dude.
yeah, he has this, and then somewhere down here is his chest armor and stuff like that. The chest armor fits really well on brute scale figures for legions. Um, but that armor, it really like it sits on the arm perfectly well for the shoulder, and then the arm blaster actually fits on top of the gauntlet. So I painted the gauntlet, and then I uh, they sealed it with lacquer, and then I put the hand in, and then pop the hand on top of the gauntlet so that it has a really tight fit.
Wow.
Beautiful, man. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Simone, when did you start customizing figures? When did you figure out like this is something that you wanted to do along with action figure collecting?
Um, so I customized figures back in like the late 80s, early 90s. This is my first custom because I found this at a thrift store and I had extra Dino Riders parts, and I was like, hey, it didn't have arms, so I'm gonna put arms on it. And then I was doing that for like these kinds of things for Z-Bots, like a bunch of them are up here. Um, And then I just fell off because, somebody said that you have to grow up, and I believed them like a fool. And then years later, I stumbled on Kragnar from Four Horsemen. I'd been collecting on and off as far as collecting. I had collections from Four Horsemen before I knew that they were an actual team through like the Spawn years. And then I had
Hmm.
all of their like fantastic exclusives, but I passed on the initial Kickstarter for Mythic Legions until I saw Cosmic, and then getting into that whole scene to see like, no, this is something that people really invest in. So it really uh, kickstarted my interest in it and love for it. So I mean, I've been back into customizing for a few years now, maybe like 3, 4 years now. And then yeah, I've just been trying to gather as much fodder as I can for situations like this where I'm like, I have a base figure that I know that I want to kit out, and then I just like dive in like Scrooge McDuck into my fodder bins for like the right pieces to fit all this stuff.
Dude, 3 or 4 years. That's crazy. It seems like I mean, you're next level. This looks like you've been doing it for like 15 or 20 years, but that's funny. It goes all the way back to beast, like the little warrior beast. That's crazy.
Battle,
Or
yeah,
what are they
and
called? Battle beast.
yeah. Well, I mean, um, my job is kind of taking all these pieces and finding a way to make it work. I have a traditional animation background, so what I do in the pipeline is compositing, where I take like the foreground and the background, and I piece it together. And so a lot of that uses a lot of like massaging and pulling from a lot of different things. So my brain naturally functions that way. Like, how do I take something that really works really well this way, and then something else, and then putting it together and being
Mm,
seamless. So this is a natural extension of that. So
very cool. Well,
What
we'll end on one of Rob's customs. One of the ones I love. Sorry, Rob. I think I stepped on you. What'd you say?
I was just gonna ask him what paint brand does he use?
so the other reason that I really like AWOK is because I feel like they're some of the best value for the dollar, especially with all the sales that Jason is putting on, but also just seeing that Jason uses craft store paints to paint
Mm,
is exceptional. And so I mix a lot of it. So a lot of craft store paints, Citadel and Vallejo, just whatever is easier.
yeah.
I wanted to paint up some custom like copper helmets for Sir Andrew for Mythic Legions that just came out in All Stars Wave 6. So I asked Curtis if he knew like what the color match was. And he goes, I don't. Won't you reach out to Joe Vasapolo because he painted that figure and ask him. So I asked Joe, I messaged him. I was like, hey, I was just wondering like what's the color for that Sir Andrew, this beautiful like copper, um, like this gorgeous copper color. And like, what did you use? And he literally, I shit you not, sent me a screen pic of like Walmart brand deco art, worn penny. He's like, this is that
Warren,
stuff that like people, it's called worn penny and it's like deco art
the-
and it's like $3 a bottle. And it's like he's like, that's what I painted it with. And I'm like, get out of town. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I thought he was gonna hit me with like some Vallejo, like
Hmm.
metal masters, like it's like $40 a bottle. No,
Yeah, the
it's like this
metallics they
cheap
use.
paint that people use to deco old furniture hardware to make it look like it's antique, but it's not really antique. Like it's let's see,
Yeah.
what's what Rob's showing me.
This is what I use to paint match Thistlethorn. It's a
that's the
Oh,
folklore
nice.
that you can
the
get at
flock
like
green.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
I
metallic folk art that you can get at
Freaking folk art. But
I
yeah, I wanted to
just
show off one
asked.
of Rob's that I
Yeah,
loved.
just
This one right here is just one of my
I
favorites.
love that.
Again,
My favorite.
you put that head on anything, and I am in love. Like I just love it. I've told Rob before. I was like, I really love this. So what's the base body here? Is that Monster Force or Old Joe or what?
that's a painted up alley viper that I traded
Wow. Okay.
spirit with somebody who this was back when like you couldn't find classifieds in Target when it was like going through
Mm,
that whole the pandemic and everything was just like you can't find anything. And this guy was like hounding me for like months, dude. What would you want for like that spirit? And I'm like, you know what, man? I can wait. Give me one of your black alley vipers, and that's it. And I just popped that head on,
Nice.
and that was it. I
Nice.
So
wanted,
he had already painted it black or something like that.
yeah, it was all black and looked pretty sleek and nice, dude. And it's funny because when I got it, man, it smelled like he was definitely a smoker. I had to leave him out on my patio for like a week just to get that smell to go away. It's terrible.
Dude. So a little trick that I've learned from because I buy a lot of figures from eBay and I'll get a lot of people that'll send you stuff that's like so I have learned this little trick. Wrap your figure in like bounty or like not bounty, like bounce dryer sheets, like washing machine dryer sheets, and then
Hmm.
put them in a Ziploc bag.
And it
Like,
takes care of it.
yeah, that helps. Like 24 hours, 48 hours, it'll soak all the smoke smell out of
Yeah,
it.
it was
It'll really my
but
gosh, that's where'd the gun come from? Because I don't recognize that gun either.
that's gridiron.
Oh, okay. All right.
When I
That
used to
makes
buy a lot
sense.
of gridiron back in the day, and that cape or that cloak is Savage Crucible. The scarf
Nice.
is Strupp Family. That was it, man. I had popped on pretty easy. It was pretty. I didn't know I had that head, and I really wanted to use that head for this guy. And then I remember when I was looking through all my fodder that
Nice.
Brian had sent me that head with a bunch of other stuff that he usually sends because he's such a nice guy and generous and stuff. And so I couldn't find the head, so I had to use this head with this body. But and then this one worked out. So, but
Yeah, I
That's another
just
dope custom as well.
Yeah, for sure. That I was looking for, I actually just finished, funny enough, this the same base body for this guy.
uh,
And I hit up Jason about the paint and he was like, it's just craft store paint to match it. And I was looking for a staff for him, and that staff is awesome the way that you cut off. That's the engineer staff, right?
uh, I don't know what this is, dude.
That staff looks
I
awesome.
don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, it might be from what's the guy, the big blue guy that's like one of the main characters, Oleg Sigar. I think he came with one of those staffs. I think one of the
yeah, I guess so.
Greyborn came with one of those staffs, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
We've
yeah,
seen it a
that's
few
pretty
times.
good too. But
Yeah. That's awesome.
yeah, I
Lots
mean,
of soft goods.
there's a lot of cool stuff that you could do with these custom wise. But Simone, like man, you're like on another level, dude, with the painting and everything and the fodder. And me, it's just a lot of putting soft goods and making them look good, ripping up a t-shirt or something. But
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh, Monarch says, Rob, dude, show me how. Rob needs to teach a bag making class at Legion's Con. Absolutely.
yeah, for sure.
Hey, Red Exomac 5, it's good to see you. So listener says, man, these look so good. The ability to repaint takes these to the next level. And
oh,
then Bill from Dork Lair, like beautiful customs. Yeah, guys, absolutely. Thank you guys for sharing your customs with us today. Me and Brian and Andy and Jeff are just sitting back going, man, we just do some pop and swaps. Like, I got some armor packs. Like,
Yeah.
these two are like going to town. But Simone, this has been really good. It's a really good night. I've seen your name around the Cabal and around AWOK, but now it's really nice to finally put a face and a personality with a name. And dude, I would love to have you back on in the future and just talking AWOK because it seems like you have like a real fondness and a love for the line. And that's really what this show is all about. Is we're just trying to showcase people in the AWOK community, be them customizers or painters or sculptors, for people who make 3D parts or photographers, anything. Because, I know that Jason and everybody over at Sparrow, they really appreciate it. They do it for us, and they really want to celebrate the community, and we just try to give back to them in every way we can. So really appreciate you coming on, dude, and sharing your talents with us. That's super sweet, man.
are
Yeah,
you
I appreciate the invite. Thank you.
are you going to Legion's Con, Simone?
I am. Yes.
Yeah, nice. Right on.
Yeah, I will definitely
Very
be there. I
cool.
live
Well,
in
we
Queens, so
will.
I have no excuse.
Oh, wow. You live in Queens and you have enough room to have a shed in your backyard? That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm literally touching the walls right now, so it's not a big shed.
Is this
Uh,
your apartment in Queens? You're inside your
Yeah,
Queens apartment?
I'm supremely blessed for this place because I have an actual like wraparound yard. I live in the back of the building, so somebody was actually giving like throwing away this shed, and I was like, I have enough space for that, so I just like took it apart and dragged it over here, and I mean, this part looks nice. This part is a disaster.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Only this half of my room is painted purple. The other half of my room is still painted cream because I haven't committed to actually fully painting the entire room yet.
Yeah,
Because I have so many figures on these two walls that don't want to move them to paint them. But literally, the front half of my room is cream colored.
yeah.
No lie.
Hey, it works. It
You know,
works. The beauty of magic, movie magic.
well, you have uh, Mark. Can you blow him up really quick? Because he has a custom
Yeah.
back there, right in front of the Batman picture, right next to the big guy. He's wearing, yeah, and right behind you, exactly.
The soft.
And he's wearing like a red cloak or something. That guy.
Yeah.
What is that?
So this is so Steph
Wow.
Delator made these wolf heads that he's selling both in 1.0 AWOK and Ogre Scale. He had this on Sir
Whoa.
Uxak, and he's been painting them up to match Armory Knights. And so I used the same pants that you did, the Odious pants with the Odious jacket. I just ripped the shirt off. Um,
Man.
and I have seen people use this arm from what is now called the Void, I think, from the deluxe figures from the original wave. And I've
Right.
seen people use this arm in some customs, and I've been looking for an excuse. Originally it was on Mongrel, but then as I was painting, as I was building, it kind of fit. So this goes with, and then it kind of is like matching the Puss in Boots wolf.
The
And
arms pop
then
right.
so this goes with these two are like wolf
Oh,
brothers. So
look at
these are like the
that.
big bad wolves.
Damn.
What body is that, dude?
Which one?
The big one.
This
That
is
armor.
okay, here we go. It is McFarlane,
Oh my.
Warcraft, and Ogrim. I don't know Warcraft as well. I mean, yeah, it is. Not Warcraft. What is the one that they have?
Warhammer.
Warhammer. Yeah, Orgrim
Warhammer.
from Warhammer, and so that was the one that was inspired by GI Joe Customs because he just popped the head off of that full figure and put what's the daddy gorilla's name? Is slipping my mind. Um,
The dad
and
gorilla his name too.
Yeah, and then but then when I got the figure, I've had again, it was on my Amazon like list forever, and the unpainted version was like 10, $12 or something like that. So I bought it and it's been sitting there. And I bought a pot a few weeks ago when my family was on vacation. And I just bought a whole bunch of dye and threw a bunch of figures in there. And that was one of them. And I found that the gorilla arms actually pop right in. So I didn't do any kind of modification in order to get those gorilla arms in there. And then I just repainted the body. Once it was dyed, it was easy to paint to match it's got like a blood red kind of sheen to it,
Yeah,
almost like
looks.
a Vorgus, which is a lot easier to see when you're like in person. But yeah, those were the big bad wolves, and then this one was in that same dye job. That's just literally Kali dyed black, and it's
This
all
one.
black, and then it turned like copper.
Mm,
Um,
I love that.
and then yeah, and then the Mawai Diego released these heads, and he's releasing heads that are meant for Mythic Legions, but I mean like
They fit.
Jason we need to get him into the AWOC groups more often because every single pack that he releases is like crazy animals and just amazing stuff. So Mark Cavo and Corey Short have been like painting some crazy stuff with those animals and they just work perfectly. So
Totally.
Rob, I just put a link in the chat to um, that McFarlane Ogren. It's from Big Bad Toy Story. It's currently like $19. It's like
Yeah,
on
it's so funny
clearance.
because I talk so much smack about McFarlane. Not like I mean, not big, but now I'm gonna start buying it. It's gonna be pretty funny.
They are the best fodder you can get for $10 or
Apparently,
less.
dude. Apparently,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, I had that Ogren figure for a while. It's a beast, man. You could take down an intruder with that thing, no doubt.
For sure,
Let
for
me
sure.
jump back to the chat real quick to see if I missed up anybody. Let's see. No, I think we're all caught up. Well, we're going to call the show there. We did 1 hour and 15 minutes. Guys, I really appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Brian, Jeff, Andy, Rob, Simone, and then everybody in the chat. I know that we're doing these every 2 weeks and we moved it to once a month. And I know that schedule is kind of sometimes it's a little wonky. You guys really don't know when it's coming. It just kind of, once a month, I'm like, hey, you guys ready to do another tribe? I think what will probably ramp up production of the show again, probably towards the end of the year and into 26, when we're getting more regular drops, because we are supposed to get the next wave dropping at the end of this year. And then, I mean, pretty close on the heels of that, we're going to be having the brawlers, the speedsters, the female bodies, the lizard bodies. And I think the next two waves are going to be super, super crucial for AWOC, because I think, people who may have been, feeling a little fatigued with this, with the reuse of the bodies that we've had for the first two waves or so. I think these next waves are really going to put them over the top and really boost this line to where it really needs to be. And I'm
Yeah.
super excited for all of this stuff. Awesome show all around. Thanks for sharing. Absolutely. Simone, this will not be your last time on the show. We
Absolutely
will
not.
definitely have you back on again. Jeff, what you got, buddy?
You're on mute,
Oh,
buddy.
wait a minute. Wait, let's see. I want to make sure I didn't mute him or anything. All right, can we hear you? Can't hear you. Send it to me in the chat. What do you type it in the chat, and I'll make sure that will type it in the chat, in the private chat, and I'll make sure I'll get it out. I want to make sure we get whatever Jeff needs to.
Man, Simone, I'm jealous of your shed, man. I wish I could have something like that.
Yeah, I have 3 little girls, and I do not have space. I mean, if
Yeah.
you saw in the monkey with the lion vest, there's like this pink thing. Like, I'm starting to take over my daughter's dollhouse because she like needed it for Christmas, but has played with it maybe an hour since
Oh
last
my
Christmas.
God.
And
Yep.
so, but it's huge. It's like 3.5 feet tall, 4 feet tall, and so it's got a lot of rooms that AWOC sit on the top and they protect it. So.
Oh, Jeff he had a question. What he said was, you said you used the void arm. Did it release? Did they release a batch already?
No, that was
So where
from
did that robotic arm come from?
that
That's
was
like the
from the
old,
deluxe figures, the old deluxe figures that it was like a bear that had yeah. So like I said, I saw a few people that they were able to pop it in because it does literally just pop into the existing arm port. And so I just threw that into the boil when I was dyeing a bunch of figures. It was like sentries, that Ogrim, a battle cat for a custom, a bunch of other stuff, and it turned into this really like nice, almost gunmetal color. So it worked really perfectly.
that's
Awesome.
crazy that
Well,
it's right in there like nothing. I see that all the time, like on eBay or Mercari. I see like a lot of the older stuff, and I'm always just kind of like, I don't know. But
Honestly, Jason's been selling them for like $10 each, like
oh,
regularly. Yeah. So even this guy, his weapon is from there. Um, So, like, this weapon is from one of those figures. There's just like they have a lot of, and there's armor pieces, and I think Jason actually did low-key admit that he modeled some of the colors off of some of those colors as well. Like, he maintained the colors, so some of them have armor that fits on a walk that is just more like this type of armor, like that goes over the shoulder, and the colors match. So there's some good stuff in there. And I mean, for $10, like again, that's my sweet spot when it comes to customs. And so I've got like a ton of $10 figures that I just cannibalize and watch out for. So that is easy to do.
Interesting. Nice.
Sweet. All right. Well, if there's no other questions, we'll go ahead and end it here. Thank you guys for joining us. Thanks to everybody in the chat for joining us as well. And we will see you guys back here in a month, back in the jungle.